'82, I was 17, my old man was 55. If you do the math between the two of us, that's 72 years of life. An eternity, so it seemed to me. How could anything live that long? Now I say my folks were only 84 the year that they passed on. For a little while it seems you got time to choose your dreams. Pretty soon you look around and you see 100 years ain't what it used to be. And my grandpa Roy, when he was a boy in 1904, he was taught by men who fought in the actual Civil War. And only 8 decades passed and my high school class put the tassels on the other side. Started on our way full of naivete on the great American ride. The months and years slide past, each more quickly than the last. Pretty soon you look around and you'll see 100 years ain't what it used to be. Oh, got it!
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, Johnny, hey! Oh, yeah!
He did the guitar face.
Ibuprofen's under buy again in my online shopping cart. Every week I learn of something else I should be doing for my heart. If I use the wrong pillow, I might have trouble getting out of bed. My hair grows in my ears and nose now more than on my head. As a kid, to me, ancient history was something like World War I. But I arrived close to that time than this year as I sing this song. And I'm starting to find I can wrap my mind around life is brief and dear. I can hardly believe my baby girl's turned 26 this year. For a little while it seems you got time to choose your dreams. Pretty soon you look around and you'll see everybody 100 years ain't what it used to be. Before you know it, you're 63, making plans for Medicare A and B. You look around yourself and you see 100 years ain't what it used to be.
Josh Arnold.
I am rolling.
Josh Arnold, investment consultant, brings you Garage Logic podcast number 1619, September 15th, 2025. 98 degrees on this day in 1939, and it was as chilly as 36 degrees on 3 different occasions, 1964, 2007, and 2011. Call Josh Arnold at 952-925-5608 for a free 48-minute consultation.
Hail the flashlight king.
And now, from the mayor's office above the boathouse on the east shore of Spoon Lake, it's Garage Logic with Chris Reavers manning Technology Corner, Kenny Olson from the Krabby Coffee Shop, John Height in the newsroom, and of course, the Rookie. Here is your flashlight king, fireworks commissioner, and the keeper of common sense, your mayor, Joe Souchere.
Tim Lennicky says, don't we begin winter next week, being Royal 21sters? I don't think the Royal Order of the 21sters has ever established a starting date for winter. We always acknowledge you're going to get a couple of rough months, maybe in November and December. We'll count that as winter, but of course, November 21st, 22nd, right in there, you get the first day of spring.
Got it.
But you normal people don't.
No, you're abnormal.
That was a non-answer. Are you running for office?
No.
Would you say the winter season starts?
Yes, that could be it.
All right.
That could be it.
'Tis the season.
Krista, our friend in Maryland, said, after a week of utter hopelessness, diminished faith in humanity, and an overall gut-wrenching, soul-sucking dismay over the current behavior of our planet's residents, I confess I took a few hours off to do something selfish. I disagree with her, by the way. It wasn't selfish. She went to see ZZ Top, and I've got to tell you, they kicked some rear end. I can't say exactly what I expected, but Billy Gibbons can still get down and put on a hell of a show. And because I received a special delivery from GL on Saturday, I was able to wear, because on account of You Want to Know Why shirt.
Nice.
Yeah, she sent pictures, too, of her wearing it. She was disappointed that no one asked her what the origin of the term was. But she plans to wear it often. She also plans to wear the Hail the Flashlight King shirt. Anyway, I thought of you guys at the concert. I hope we're all feeling a little better knowing that Charlie Kirk's murderer is in custody, and maybe this mystery will unravel. I intend to post a pic or two, just for the context and proof that I have my GL shirt on, and she did. So it was wonderful. Thank you. I've never seen ZZ Top live, and I have grown to really, really like ZZ Top. I never liked them during the MTV era. I just didn't.
You didn't like
it.
them in the 70s?
No, I wasn't unaware of them in the 70s.
No, the pre-MTV area is the best era.
The first 8 years, or
That
72
guitar
to 80,
sound.
great.
Oh, God, I love that guitar sound.
I have
Joe band from Texas, is that
Joe,
the thing?
I've seen it 5 times.
I hung out with them, Joe.
Well, one of them owns a wood boat that I think Jewel might have had something to do with.
Right.
I don't know if it's
The
Gibbons
singer? Oh.
or who's the drummer?
Frank Beard.
Frank Beard might, but one of them's got a place in Canada. They keep
That sound. Oh.
It's would you call it dirty? Kenny, is it dirty?
Yeah.
The
I
solo
think so.
on the
Overdriven? I don't know.
the solo on LaGrange, man. At the end of LaGrange.
Where
Let's
did
just
she
play
see
it
them?
now.
Well,
Let's
she lives
throw
in
caution
Maryland.
into the
I don't
wind.
know what to tell you, Chris.
I'm looking at their tour schedule right now. They're going to be in Lancaster, Pennsylvania
Can I tell you something?
today.
Well, then they were in the area.
Okay.
I have a serious question about ZZ Top.
Okay,
we go.
Sharp dressed man, LaGrange,
LaGrange.
and
Matthew.
I'm not trying to be silly. I only know a handful of their.
Tush.
No, I don't know that song.
Okay. Can I
Snake
move
Boogie.
on? Can I move on now?
Okay. Is that the Tube Snake Boogie?
I gotta get
Oh, I know what I was going to
on
say.
the hill.
Gibbons, that's not Billy Gibbons. Whoever Billy Gibbons was in 1967, this current one is not him.
It's a different Billy Gibbons.
Different human
There's
being.
there's a case to be made.
It's a different human being
Yeah.
altogether. I think the same thing about Clapton. He's about 5 different guys.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
I want to say something about the NFL game last night.
Okay.
Oof.
Atlanta at the Vikings, and TV can do miracles with their cameras. If I watch that game and I watch all of the exterior shots that camera that the football broadcast had as just their backup vibe, showing Lake Minnetonka and Lake of the Isles and the beautiful lit buildings in downtown Minneapolis, I'd say I'm moving there. That's how good they made it look.
Yes.
It was just heavenly.
I would agree with you.
Unfortunately, I know what's happening here. and Mr. Katz weighs in. He said, when they changed the name of Lake Calhoun and sent Minneapolis straight down the bleeper, it's been there ever since. Prove me wrong. So Mr. Katz believes that changing the name of Lake Calhoun was a terrible downturn. I can't disagree with him.
Okay.
I still call it Lake Calhoun.
It's Calhoun for me. I'm not.
By the way, I believe that Katie watched them at Caesars in Virginia, just outside
Well, you
of
have
Western
no idea.
Maryland.
You have no idea,
Well,
but I bet you're right.
It was the show the other day.
You know, I think by virtue of birth, I'm in the Catholic Mafia. Everybody knows everybody else in these parishes.
Yes.
And as I predicted, it's now more than 2 weeks after the Annunciation deaths and injuries, and I'm still running into people. It's, my third cousin married a guy who went to Annunciation.
Sure.
Okay, but because I'm on the I got a text from somebody I know very closely. It's absolutely true. And it's just another amazing update about Sophia Forchas. It's just heavenly. And I won't read it all. I'll just read you the part that, let's see. Sophia had her drain in her head removed. This is all since we talked Friday, I imagine. This is from a text that this source gave me. She had the drain in her head removed. After that, she had physical therapy. They stood her up. They asked her to take a step or two, and she just took off and walked away.
Holy.
Oh, nice.
She left the room and walked around the entire unit.
Oh, wow.
Are you kidding me?
Wow.
Go, girl. Go, girl.
Hear, hear.
Go, girl. She still has a lot of therapy ahead of her, but so far she's crushing it. She's a living miracle.
Nice.
All right, I won't read the whole thing, but...
Well, are there any other added good points in there?
no, I read,
Okay.
but the rest of it is...
Okay.
I was told not to read the whole thing.
Gotcha.
Nothing bad. It was all personal stuff.
Right. Okay.
God bless it. You're going to nail it, kid. And this, I can't even talk about it because I'll lose it, but this Harper Moisky, did you hear Mom's remarks on TV?
Sure
I didn't
did.
hear the dads. Presumably he spoke too. I didn't hear the dads. What a character that kid must have been. And then I couldn't handle it because they played Somewhere Over the Rainbow, so see you later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In school, on one of the first days, when asked, here I'm going to read the paragraph. When Harper's preschool teacher first asked her name, she hardly looked up from her coloring before replying, "Badass."
She looked full of character. She looked just full of character. What else do I have that won't take us into a tailspin? Anyway, Sophie, go get him, huh? You know, I was noting the theme of today's show might be the incredible irony we deal with in this life of ours.
Why?
Well, for
You got
example,
bad news all around?
no, irony is not necessarily bad news.
Okay.
It's just irony.
Got it.
But for example, there's a piece on Alpha News about the the state's Department of Administration Equity in Procurement program is hosting a free event that will help Somali business owners compete for government contracts. It's called Pathways to Partnership, Opening Doors for Somali Entrepreneurs. And I just thought, that's ironic. If there's any group of people who know how to get money from the government, it's your Somalis. They can
spot
get
on.
money from the government.
Yes.
They know how. Mm-hmm. And staying with our Somali friends,
Okay.
another point of irony.
I wonder if it's a government-funded program
Well, it is.
that helps them all. That's
What
You know-
do you listen to the show?
Yeah, I was
What did
listening.
I just read?
You said there's some program.
What'd you
Joe,
say?
I didn't know that you said it was publicly funded.
if
though.
I was an enterprising young Somali person, I think I'd open up a business.
So
I know farmers that are unwilling to deal with the red tape it takes to get into
Yeah.
and benefit from government programs.
Yeah.
My goodness, the good they could do.
There should be a Somali in every small town in Minnesota with a big rubber stamp, and you just go in and see that person, they take care of it for you.
Hang up the shingle. Let's go here.
Matt, I said it was the Minnesota Department of Administration, Equity and Procurement. It's the taxpayers are paying.
I think
That's
when you
a
said that, I
funny
wasn't
name.
paying attention to the show.
Well, let's stay with our Somali friends on another point of irony. Yesterday, nearly 100 volunteers worked at the Masjid al-Tauba Mosque, scooping rice, packing food, and preparing meals for those in need. Islamic Relief gathered on Sunday morning with the goal of preparing and bagging 20,000 meals, enough food to feed 3,500 families in the Minnesota area. Now, see, 3,500 families in Minnesota, that's a reasonable, believable figure.
Right.
And these people really did this. They went there. But isn't that ironic? Because your brothers and sisters and third cousins, they sold $1 billion from the state claiming they were doing what you're doing.
So you're saying that number's different than 60,000 kids in Pelican Rapids?
Right. That's a
That,
lot different.
that we were feeding earlier.
And congratulations to them. God bless them for doing this. I am puzzled. I'm not naive. I know there are people who struggle. Obviously, I know that. I'm surrounded by them. So
Hey now.
Hi, how are you?
this idea that nobody's eating, I have trouble with that. I just have trouble with it.
In fact, you have so much trouble with it every day. You come in here and complain about what Rook and I are eating for lunch.
Right.
What's that smell?
Sausage chowder.
I don't want anyone to be hungry.
Right.
Thank you.
But anyway, well, they did it, so congratulations.
Take a bow.
Do I look hungry to you? Just take a look at
No,
me.
you don't.
You want to see the side profile?
That's the thing. You don't look hungry.
I have to lift up my belly to wash. Okay?
Which one are you?
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Wasn't that the case of the guy that came in to complain about the show back in the radio days?
What?
Didn't he stop at the front desk and say, "I'm not hungry"? Which one are you?
What in God's
I'm not
name?
happy. I'm not
Oh,
happy.
no, I'm not happy.
I'm not
That's what it was. I missed.
When you got in that accident.
I got in an accident.
Yeah. And you didn't even tell me about it. He says it on the air, and I didn't even know he was in an accident.
Well, a guy came up, he rear-ended me
Yes.
because I stopped too quick. Mm-hmm. And he came up to my door, and I expected to see him. I had to look down.
Oh,
It was a small person.
very small.
And he said, "I'm not happy."
What'd you say?
I said, "Which one are you?"
Is that in your book, Making Sense of GL?
No.
I'm picturing a
No,
book
it's
that you
not.
can read, right? You go to the back and you look up.
The accident.
Yeah.
Why don't you get your garage door taken care of right now?
Hey!
While it's pleasant and you won't freeze to death and have to leave that door open all during a long winter day. Get a hold of Precision Door. If you need a new door, they've got you covered. They have models for every budget. They send out a garage door designer. That consultation is free. Think about a new door, man. Aesthetic value, saving energy, better security. And if you're perfectly satisfied with your current door, they got a very interesting deal. It's called the Noisy Door Tune-Up Special for $149. That's a $290 value. This makes a lot of sense because if you take care of the garage door, it won't let you down. The special includes a 25-point safety inspection and diagnostic test, full garage door tune-up, rollers replaced with ultra-quiet rollers. As I said, a value of close to $300. Get ready for the cooler weather ahead. Annual maintenance is the answer. And again, if you need a new door, it's Precision Door. It's one word. You can book online at precisiondoormn.com or call Precision Door 612-263-6985 to schedule your free on-site new door estimate or book that noisy door tune-up.
In 82, I was 17, my old man was 55. If you do the math between the two of us, that's 72 years alive. An eternity, so it seemed to me. How could anything live that long? Now I say my folks were only 84 the year that they passed on. For a little while it seems you got time to choose your dreams. Pretty soon you look around and you see 100 years ain't what it used to be. And my grandpa Roy, when he was a boy in 1904, he was taught by men who fought in the actual Civil War. And only 8 decades passed and my high school class put the tassels on the other side. Started on our way full of naivete on the great American ride. The months and years slide past, each more quickly than the last. Pretty soon you look around and you'll see 100 years ain't what it used to be. Oh, Johnny!
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, Johnny, hey! Oh, yeah!
Did the guitar face.
Ibuprofen's under buy again in my online shopping cart. Every week I learn something else I should be doing for my heart. If I use the wrong pillow, I might have trouble getting out of bed. My hair grows in my ears and nose now more than on my head. As a kid, to me, ancient history was something like World War I. But I arrived close to that time than this year as I sing this song. And I'm starting to find I can wrap my mind around life is brief and dear. I can hardly believe my baby girl's turned 26 this year. For a little while it seems you got time to choose your dreams. Pretty soon you look around and you'll see everybody 100 years ain't what it used to be. Before you know it, you're 63, making plans for Medicare A and B. You look around yourself and you see 100 years ain't what it used to be.
Great.
Here's a man who spends hours in hardware stores, sifting through the nuts and bolts of life. Joe Souchere.
I have to admit, I'm a little nervous, but I'm also very excited. And I want to issue a welcome back to a returning GL partner, GatorMagnetics.com.
I got some.
I'm worried that I'm not going to be able to do this product justice because I am so blown away. Now, if you've been with us for a while, you'll remember how we talked about the incredible convenience, the strength of the magnetic gator hooks. I got a hold of some hooks last week, 9 to be exact. to be exact. I wish I would have ordered 100. They are so amazing. They're magnetic hooks and baskets that work great on steel surfaces, thin, thick, or otherwise. Or they can be combined with what Gator Magnetic now has, steel wall panels, a system to create a customized storage and organization system for any space. In my case, I hung up the wall panels in my shop and then used all the hooks to organize my extension cords. They make them to hold 45 pounds. I hung up a sandblasting pot. It's a two-hander. It's heavy. You got to check out the website to see the options, GatorMagnetics.com. I used a bunch of hooks on a Gator, the steel wall panels, along with some sheet metal that I already had. They really work good. Got the floor squeegee, the brooms, the shovels, everything off the ground. They really improve the look of the shop and clean up the space. They work anywhere. Garage, shop, basement, pole shed, even in the broom closet. They're amazing. And with these wall panels, you can put them virtually anywhere. Here's the deal. If I was a contractor, I had one of those panel vans, white van, I'd have 1 million of these things so I could hang up everything inside my van. They don't slide. They don't fall down. They stick forever. They're really, really cool. Go to GatorMagnetics.com. And while you're there, of course, we're going to give you a deal, right? Check out the Garage Logic bundles and be sure, no matter what you order, it doesn't matter, use the GL20 code at checkout. They're truly amazing. You can get them at GatorMagnetics.com. Use GL20 at checkout. So cool.
Howard writes, and Howard's written this before, faithful offsite correspondent, I'm surprised that you don't understand fully why Charlie Kirk specifically was shot. Did I express some measure of not understanding why he was shot? Okay.
Not to my knowledge.
You have been railing against the failed academy for as long as I can remember. The failed academy is the source of the mystery, and Charlie Kirk was performing a frontal assault on them, which is exactly what was and still is required. He was doing exactly what you've been begging someone to do. This is their response, which exposes how failed the academy actually is, a complete inability to even acknowledge a contrary position without violence. To them, words can be violence, so they can't distinguish between made-up and real violence. They aren't just mad because of what Charlie Kirk said. They are also furious because our children are listening to him and his ideas are taking hold. Who is they? That suggests a notion that a cabal behind the scenes is controlling things. Your version of which shell am I under? I don't subscribe to that. However, this event does raise the question, who benefits? Well, the only answer I can come up with is communists. They have been sprinkling anti-American pixie dust on our society for ages, with our undoing being the goal. I don't believe that this is a specifically sanctioned hit by the communists, but they have been working for 75 years to undo us. They recognized long ago that the best way to do it is through our education system. It's part of their manifesto. If there is anything that can be said and admired about the communists, they are a patient bunch and know how to play the long game. And that is our problem. America has a short attention span and only understands and sees what is right in front of them. No, this was a depraved act by a lone individual, but that individual's lunacy is rooted firmly in the efforts of communism for the past 75 years. The one thing I'll say, this has ripped off the Band-Aid and openly exposed the infection in this country. That part I certainly agree with, and I certainly agree with his concluding line. What happens from here remains to be seen. Good luck, Howard Clary's. I believe that. I believe it has exposed that which must be dealt with. And I don't know how that will be. I don't know what the future looks like. And by future, using a typical American short attention span, I don't know what the next year or two will look like.
Did you see?
Do you mean for the better or for the worse?
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know.
Did you see the video to show you how not only we're in a little bit of in a little bit of trouble, but how much we might be in trouble in the generation ahead. Did you see the mother that filmed her 2 daughters celebrating Charlie Kirk? These girls are 8 and 6. And I'm thinking,
there's a lot of that out there, and what
I don't get that.
We're right, but what got exposed to the country is just this vast, overwhelming darkness that exists. I mean, it's the American experiment basically boils down to one thing: free speech. Yeah. So you attack free speech, you're attacking and there are, we now know, an untold number of Americans who are extremely comfortable wishing to control speech. Yeah. So I don't know.
As long as it agrees with them. Yeah.
I don't know where we go from there.
There's something Howard might find interesting. I found it on Powerline blog this morning, and the headline is investigating the Kirk assassination. The Washington Free Beacon has just posted a story, FBI investigating social media accounts that appeared to indicate foreknowledge of Kirk's assassination. And it goes on to talk about postings on social media and whatnot ahead of the assassination, one that even mentioned the date. So, and I don't want to get in an argument with Howard because you're a great guy and a frequent emailer and a very loyal GLer, but there might have been... it might maybe have been a disorganized communist hit, so to speak, kind of. Anyway, and another thing I wanted to address that Howard said, he's right. I read all sorts of different websites from both the left and the right, and at no time do I feel the urge to do anybody any harm.
No.
You know?
Free speech is free speech.
Yeah. I read it all.
This is Jennifer. Where is she writing from? Jennifer Zenda in Rockford, Illinois. A debate is supposed to be the foundation of our country. She's right. The American experiment is free speech. Mm-hmm. That's what this experiment is.
Yeah.
If that statement is true, and it is, that's precisely why the left wants political violence up to and including assassinations of their opponents. Former President Obama told us this was coming when he said he was going to fundamentally change the country. The mystery says this country has been flawed from the time of the founding, and they want to undo it. If debate is our foundation, they cannot allow it. They do not want debate. They don't even necessarily want agreement. They want full acquiescence. You said a few days ago that Charlie Kirk wasn't so powerful that his words needed to be stopped. I have to disagree. He changed a lot of hearts and minds on college campuses. And the young people who turned out for conservatives in the last election are the result. True, not all of that is attributable to Charlie Kirk, but quite a bit of it is. He told budding conservatives that they were right when their colleges, high schools, the media, and everybody else on the left was tearing them down. He gave them confidence in their own beliefs. Confidence is a powerful thing. The left could not allow that. The underbelly of America isn't just on the internet. It's on MSNBC, it's on CNN, it's in newspapers and magazines and the nightly news. While the news media isn't all awful, anybody who takes comments out of context to build a narrative is twisting reality for their own gain. This can be seen everywhere. The people who behave like a verbal dumpster fire were made that way by reading half-truths and downright lies. One egregious example is the New York Times publishing and having to retract the starving kids in Gaza photos of kids who weren't starving. They had genetic disorders. Look at what CBS did to Kristi Noem a few weeks ago, leaving out the entire statement. They changed the meaning of what she said. It changes the context. Just like Donald Trump and the fine people on the both sides quote. If you listen for 2 more sentences, it changes everything. Yet that fine people quote is still there like it's the truth. Why? Because it was clipped and then hammered over and over. If a story is a little too perfect, it's probably not true. See Jussie Smollett. I've learned to go seek out the whole clip because it's almost never as it's portrayed on the national news. An awful lot of the media can also be blamed for calling people to the right of Mao fascist, Hitler, dangerous, and a threat to our democracy. Differing opinions are not a threat to democracy. Hear, hear. Differing opinions are not dangerous. Hear, hear. When people who are easily persuadable hear these things over and over in large-scale media, what are they supposed to believe? We are in big trouble. I feel like I don't even know some of my own friends after I've seen some of them celebrating Charlie Kirk's death. The good thing about his demise is that people are seeing in real time just how poisoned some people's minds have become. I hope it makes people wake up, people who haven't been paying attention to just how degraded our society is. And I hope they don't forget when it comes time for the next election, not paying attention is what got us here. Oh, she ruined it. She said, hope you had a nice weekend. Jennifer Zenda in Rockford, Illinois. P.S. At least Walz offered a decent statement in the wake of Charlie Kirk's death, even though it doesn't match his previous rhetoric. Our governor, that would be Pritzker, blamed Charlie Kirk for his own death less than 24 hours later with no subsequent apology. I swear, I'm not sure which of our governors is worse. That might be a tie, but ours is pretty bad there, Jennifer. Now, people would say of the Trump administration that his activities are just as oppressive to freedom as the left's activities. Although I'm unaware of anyone, I'm unaware of any leftist commentator being assassinated. Correct me if I'm wrong. And I'm
Nothing
aware
comes to
of,
mind.
and I'm completely aware of crackpot right-wing commentators like Alex Jones, for example. He's nuts. He's a lunatic. Chicagoans, for example, will take a great stand in preventing the National Guard from working the streets of Chicago. They don't want that. The governor doesn't want it. The mayor doesn't want it. But they have a situation that's gone unchecked for 25 years. Why are they allowing these black kids to just continue to shoot each other? It's horrific. It's just horrific, and it needs to stop.
And everyone has yet to provide a good example as to why. Why is that a bad thing when obviously those in the places of power are refusing to do anything about it?
Well, because in a free society, we are unaccustomed to the military in the streets. That just isn't, we don't do that here. You do that in Peru or Nicaragua or whatever. We don't do that here. I don't think Trump wishes to put military in the streets because he wishes for a militaristic takeover of the country. I do believe he believes that those kids should stop killing each other in Chicago.
Yep.
I believe that he believes that.
Hard to argue with that.
Well, what else are you going to do? Because whatever they got going in Chicago doesn't work.
It ain't working.
It ain't working.
So I just want to make a brief. Who was that last emailer that you read? Was that Jennifer?
Yes, from Rockford, Illinois.
She made some great points there, and it reminded me of something that happened over the weekend on social media, of all places. A site called Amplified Souls talked about how Bob Seger broke his silence at a show the night of the killing and talked about, and I'm not going to go into what Bob Seger said, but he talked about the killing and the murder and how, we've got to change our ways and yada, yada, yada. There's only one problem with that, and I had John look it up. John, when was the last time that Bob Seger was on stage?
November 1st, 2019.
Isn't that something?
That's your social media right there.
Isn't that something?
Yeah.
Well,
I was going to say, I didn't know Seeger was on tour.
There was a million. Well, I saw at least half a dozen of those on Facebook, etc. I saw James Hetfield from Metallica got on stage, said he's donating money to Charlie Kirk's family. Didn't happen. But they said they had the video, the audio, etc. I saw about half a dozen of those with, quote, stars somehow entering into this conversation, and it didn't happen.
Is it ironic that we're learning from a number of sources that, well, this is the Daily Caller News Foundation. Are they reliable?
That's you should say that after every single website on the internet. Are they reliable? Hell, who knows? Who knows?
Is this my new TV?
Who knows, Joe? What a great question.
Assessing the reliability of the Daily Caller says it has a strong right-wing bias, a history of promoting misleading or false content, and journalistic integrity issues. That's what AI is saying.
And who runs AI? You know,
Gabe, you've got your next tweet.
Yeah.
Is this website reliable?
Every day, that'll be.
Well, it's speculation about who the shooter. What's his name? Do we even Tyler Robinson?
Yeah, correct.
It's speculation about his roommate.
You're right.
Yeah.
Which just, again, falls under the heading of today's ironic theme, because Charlie Kirk did not believe in transgenderism, and allegedly Robinson was shacked up with someone transitioning. So, here, I can give you better irony than that.
And Alpha even covered what you're just bringing up, and a lot of course, websites.
Yeah, this is
talking
from
about
Alpha,
it.
but they're citing the Daily Caller News.
Yep.
So I'm letting that go for as much as I've just said. Now, what about Just the News? What kind of site is that?
Yeah.
I looked that one up too now.
I don't know, Joe. I've been trying to. I cannot find out their angle in writing. But it's a good one. This is a fun story.
Well, it's not fun. It's weird.
It's irony at its finest.
Yeah, we'll continue with the irony theme.
Wait, what do you got, John?
finding, Johnny?
I can give you the AI overview again.
Here we go.
AI is a bunch of commies.
Anyway, what do they say?
Do you they say, let's see, it's been multiple media bias and fact-checking organizations assess it as unreliable, having a strong right-wing bias, founded by conservative investigative journalist John Solomon. Its connections to a network of organizations and its promotion of conspiracy theories are often cited as concerns.
That wouldn't make any sense.
Would AI ever call anything a left-wing organization?
Let's see.
What do they say about the Star Tribune? The one that I read every day that drives me crazy. Hold on, don't leave me. The Minnesota Reformer. What do they say about that?
Minnesota Reformer. So I was looking up another one that did say.
Let's look up Minnesota Reformer. Does it call it a left-wing
Because
organization?
I grind my teeth when I read that one.
Does MinPost still exist?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
There is no AI check. There's a media bias fact check. It says they are rated strongly biased toward liberal causes through story selection and or political affiliation.
That almost makes it sound pleasant. I mean, when they say heavily right-wing, that's
Overall-
different than...
Overall, we rate the Minnesota Reformer left biased based on editorial positions that routinely favor the left.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I think I'll have another mimosa.
What about this story that you sent me, Kenny? Is it real, do you think?
I don't know. It's fun. The headline got my attention right away. Armed queers group trains radical Marxist to shoot just miles from where Kirk was murdered. And you go ahead and explain it. You do a better job.
Well, apparently there's a mission. It's called Armed Queers SLC. Would you look that up, John?
what was it again? Sorry.
Armed Queers SLC. What is SLC? A tax designation?
I'm
Salt Lake
picturing
City?
guys.
Oh, Salt Lake City. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Joe-
Armed Queers SLC.
So-
Guys up a mountain road,
Oh,
heavily armed, gates, barbed wire.
I'm seeing them wearing robes.
They say their mission is to train gay, queer, and transgender people to arm themselves and to fight against capitalism.
Yeah.
Focuses on community defense, mutual aid, and supporting oppressed people's movements. Active in Salt Lake City.
As recently as this spring, its members traveled to Cuba for a meeting to celebrate the May Day holiday. I wonder if they had electricity when they were there.
Now let's go to the future. 20 years down the future, the United States is a communist country. Do you think this group will exist?
No.
Or do you think they'll be dead and buried in a mass grave? Come on, man.
2 leaders of armed queers, Ermiah Fanian and a man who calls himself Connor, discussed their trip to Cuba in a since-deleted May video called Cuba Report Back, Our Time as 2025 May Day Brigadistas. What in the hell? The armed queers made it clear that they had been inspired by the Cuban Revolution and that they were looking to bring the revolution to America. Connor said that we were there in Cuba to learn of the success of the revolution and bring it wasn't successful, Connor. They're still driving 1953 Chevys. And bring it back home with us. Fanian said that we definitely felt the pressure to bring the revolution back to America. Well, she's a she, okay, saying that she was essentially told in Cuba that, okay, y'all are here, y'all are learning this information, you're learning how we made it our revolution, but now it's time for you to go home and make your own revolution.
Apparently it's southern Cuba.
That's the way she was talking.
Yeah.
Armed Queers merges armed community defense and LGBTQ activism with anti-imperialism with the goal of advancing a broader struggle against capitalism and state violence. All right. The group won't respond for comment.
I guarantee
we
you.
do not know if Tyler Robinson was or is a follower of the group.
We don't. I bet they love Hamas.
I don't know. You couldn't help but if you looked at your own Twitter account over the past 3 days or so.
You got to stop getting your news from Twitter.
I don't get any news from Twitter, but what I was exposed to were endless videos of Charlie Kirk on college campuses, and I watched a few of them. And I watched one where a gal with some odd clothing and rainbow color hair identified herself to Charlie as queer, and he wanted to follow that. He said, "Why queer? What do you mean by queer?" Which I would have said the same thing.
Legit question.
What is queer? What do you?
Yeah, I guess I don't even know either.
And then he said, in my day, which I thought was ridiculous because he's about 9 years old. Charlie's only 31. Charlie said, "Well, I always knew queer to mean strange or weird, and you'd call somebody queer." And this gal said, "It's just that we're different. We're queer." And he couldn't get anywhere with her. He couldn't establish a definitive meaning, or he couldn't establish why this particular gal favored the word. But it's right in there. It's the Q in LGBTQ. It's the Q. What? Mm-hmm. I thought words meant something.
Right.
Queer has had its meaning changed. In fact, now that I think about it, I probably have not written or used the word.
Really?
Yeah, because it doesn't mean what it used to mean. I guess I'm now supposed to acknowledge that it has something to do with your gender ideology. Whereas, 30 years ago, that was a queer play you just ran. Why did you do that?
Do you think it's on par with the word gay and what gay used to mean in the 20s?
Well, how about the 60s, early 60s? It was a gay old time at the dance,
What did you play on the playground?
Oh, well.
Smear the queer. Why?
I did not ever play that.
Yeah,
I
you guys
never
have heard of
played
that.
Is that a St. Paul thing?
I don't know. We
that
played
activity?
Smear the Queer, and it had nothing to do with
Spear the queer?
Smear.
Oh, smear the queer.
Like tackle. Whoever has the football gets tackled. I don't know why you would
I
care.
am a homosexual.
Yeah, why? Because you had a football, you were queer, but we had to smear you.
I am a homosexual.
Okay, thanks, Pat.
Interesting.
The
I don't know what to tell you, Matt.
There's
the
a
act of
Derek.
smearing is very private.
There's a Derek Stroop joke along those lines where kids used to pants each other. You walk up behind your buddy and pull his pants down, and then you call him gay. Which
Take a
Derek
ball,
says, "Well,
Beavis."
wait a minute, that doesn't make any sense
But
at all."
You see, if you did that today, that'd be a big problem.
Right.
That'd
Yes.
be a big problem.
Where
you
is
might
that?
even need a lawyer.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
You always have to look out for the kid
Wow.
that goes, "Hey, I'm ready."
I always need a lawyer.
Yeah, well, then get a hold of Bradshaw and Bryant. They're personal injury attorneys. If you're like me and many other people, you could discover that
Especially after today.
it gets pretty complicated if you're ever involved in an accident. Insurance companies and adjusters can be tough to deal with. You need a team, and there is Bradshaw and Bryant to explain your rights and represent you and help you in a tough time. For 6 consecutive years, Mike Bryant has been recognized as a super lawyer. That's a significant honor. It's issued by Minnesota Law and Politics. Bradshaw and Bryant hopes you're never in an accident, but if you are, call Bradshaw and Bryant at 800-770-7008 or go to minnesotapersonalinjury.com. Your case evaluation is free. And also, Bradshaw and Bryant does not want you to be part of the problem. Don't text and drive or drive distracted. That's just common sense from Bradshaw and Bryant.
remember Powers.
It's the end of the world as we know it, and he feels fine. Joe Souchere.
When I'm speaking to mother or mommy
You want me to call Mom?
or mom, I talk about our finances with my friends at North American Banking Company,
Well, good
Joe.
for you. You know what? You should. You should.
You know
talk
why?
Finance with somebody that knows what they're
Let's
doing.
go.
Because
Bilski
it's
knows.
banking done differently, and they've had that philosophy since 1998 when they made a promise to deliver a better banking experience for you, your family, and of course your business. And you know what? You get that feeling anytime that you walk into any one of their 6 Twin Cities locations, whether it's Roseville, 50th in France, Hastings, Woodbury, Shoreview, or Maple Grove. They do offer all of the same services as...
You're not as stealth as you think. Let me just say that.
Just walked right into the glass door. Whether you're looking to buy a home, maybe financing a new home renovation project.
Bilski, we'll double bill you on
Mike,
that. We'll get
I'm
it.
really sorry that Joe walked into the glass door right upon this ad, but you know what? I know you didn't mean to.
I felt I owed it to them.
They also offer all the same online and mobile banking options as the other big national banks, but the difference is you're going to get the unparalleled service of a community bank, and they are also locally owned and operated. And that means loan decisions are made right here in the Twin Cities. They are not sent out of state. So this helps you business owners replace glass and solve problems quickly and expand your business with confidence. So check them out online today. It's nabankco.com to learn more. It's banking done differently. North American Banking Company, member FDIC, is an equal housing lender. Sorry, Johnny.
So Powers became Donaldson's, which became Carson Peary
We're
Scott.
on the air now. We're on the air.
Yeah.
That was an off-air conversation.
That was
was
an
it?
off-air
Oh,
conversation.
okay. Sorry.
Here is John Hyde in his newsroom.
Thanks. This news is brought to you by North American Banking Company.
We're sorry, Bilski.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry about that. Maybe I better say it again.
What?
North
I didn't do anything.
American
You walked right
Banking
into the
Company.
glass
Well,
door.
sometimes I can't see it.
I have a couple of items before the news. One of them, a personal note. We've been talking a lot about ZZ Top today. And so I went and looked up when I first saw them because I've seen them twice. And it'll be 49 years this Wednesday, September 17th, 1976, when I first saw them at the Bismarck Civic Center.
Why do you remember the date?
I looked it up while you were doing the show.
Paying rapt attention.
I looked up Bismarck Civic Center concerts, and that's when they were there, and I knew it was either 76 or 77.
Cool.
So I looked it up, and they had really cool backdrops. Remember for a while they brought cows out on stage, live
Yes.
cows and stuff? This was not that concert, but it had all the backdrops and the cactuses and all that fun stuff, and they were wearing the really cool suits with the
Wow.
cowboy hats.
I just looked mine up. It was August 5th, 1994.
There you go.
Cool.
I don't know. I saw them
never
after the
seen 'em.
hit stage too, so I don't know when that was. No idea. Then the other thing, and this one surprised me just a bit, when you were talking about the where was it, Salt Lake City, folks going down
Yes.
to Cuba. Cuba has one of the most progressive, what shall we call it, programs for LGBTQ people in Latin America.
Oh, really?
Which must be why they went there, I'm guessing.
I bet that's it, John.
They
You think they knew that already?
They have marriage equality, anti-discrimination laws, workplace protections, and gender identity recognition, which kind of surprised me considering it's Cuba.
That's great. The stoves don't work, and you can't turn on a light, but they got.
You'd
they
think
got
they'd
the
be
good
worried about
programs.
something else.
Yeah.
And you're driving a 53 Chevy that's not a cool 53 Chevy.
No, it's held together with baling wire.
Exactly. In the news, students at Annunciation Catholic School will return to campus tomorrow. That'll come 3 weeks after the mass shooting that killed 2 kids, Fletcher Merkel and Harper Moisky, and wounded 21 other people. The school will host supportive activities that focus on connection and play during a modified schedule this week, and extra security and support staff are also planned. School officials say they continue to share plans for the weeks ahead with families. On Sunday, a celebration of life was held to honor Moisky, the 10-year-old killed in the attack. Merkel, the 8-year-old, was laid to rest last weekend. Minneapolis Police Department is investigating 2 separate homicides that occurred hours apart from each other Sunday morning. The police say the first shooting occurred around 1:49 in the morning near the 1500 block of Lake Street East. Police said when they arrived, they found a man with life-threatening gunshot wounds. Man taken to the hospital where he was declared dead. A second person arrived at the hospital with non-life-threatening gunshot injuries. Police think that man was injured in the same shooting. There's been no arrest yet in that incident. The second shooting occurred hours later around 7:54 in the morning near the 1400 block of Russell Avenue North. Police said officers arrived to the area, found a woman who was injured with life-threatening gunshot wounds. While officers tried CPR and other life-saving measures, she was declared dead. Police said the shooter ran from the area before police got there, but they caught up to him and booked him into jail. According to jail records, he has not yet been charged. Family members identified the victim as 34-year-old Rhea Samuels. The victim's aunt said her niece had a relationship with the suspect in the past. She posted on Facebook saying the suspect had been stalking her hours before she was killed.
I have a question. Perhaps Kenny can answer it. Where do the gangsters get their ammunition? I'm not being facetious.
It's not illegal to buy. Anybody can buy ammo.
But so they just walk into a gun store and buy ammo?
I think so.
You go to Menards and buy, regular ammunition?
No, I've often wondered that, and that's the conclusion. Maybe I've erroneously jumped to it, but I've never been asked for ID for buying ammo.
What was it? Chris Rock who said maybe the answer is to make the bullets more expensive? Was that a Chris Rock thing?
That was
Yeah.
Yep.
So
there's something to that.
$5,000 for bullets.
Then they shoot a guy. They got to go get the bullet back.
Reuse it.
Put it back in there.
Speaking of violence and irony, something real. I think this is the definition of ironic. This morning, I read a editorial in the back of the Star Tribune, an open letter to Mayor Jacob Fry on the state of Minneapolis. And it talks about homeless encampments and their kids stepped on a dirty needle, etc. And in the body of the story, it said, we don't use the 35W exit to Lake Street anymore because now let me go to my Twitter account, Joe, it's got to give me the exact time here. It does, 11:19 a.m. this morning, quoting me on Twitter, there was just a shooting on the southbound 35W ramp to Lake Street. LEOs and medics still arriving. I didn't include something else I knew. 4 people down. So that's...
You don't need no gun control. You know what you need? We need some bullet control. We need to control the bullets. That's right. I think all bullets should cost $5,000. $5,000 for a bullet. You know why? Because if a bullet costs $5,000, there'll be no more innocent bystanders.
That's right.
Every time somebody gets shot, you'll be like, "Damn, he must have did something." People will think before they kill somebody if a bullet costs $5,000. Man, I would blow your head off if I could afford it. I'm going to get me another job. I'm going to start saving some money, and you a dead man. You better hope I can't get no bullets on layaway.
He's brilliant. God,
I have great respect for black gangsters. They shouldn't be gangsters, and I wish you weren't. You're morons for going down that path. But they've never shot up a school. End of story.
There is that.
What is it with young white males?
What about the night before the Annunciation shooting? Wasn't that a shooting?
That parking lot?
Wasn't a school.
Wasn't it?
No.
All right.
Well, it's across the street from Cristo Rey.
Right.
But they had nothing to do with Cristo Rey.
No, I get your point. Yeah.
Blame police.
That being said, they're not virtuous.
Of course not. I said don't be a gangster, but thank you for limiting your activity.
Basically, what Joe said was, with all due respect.
With all due respect.
With all due respect. But
And there is a lot of gang violence in high schools.
Right.
Yeah.
Blaine police say they and other law enforcement agencies arrested almost 24 people last week in a 2-day juvenile suppression operation. According to Blaine Police, the goal of that mission was to identify and arrest multiple people who were trying to engage in sexual activity with a minor in exchange for money. Officers said they posed as an underage girl and messaged more than 460 people. Police said 22 individuals later agreed to meet at a designated location with the intent to pay someone that they thought was a juvenile in exchange for sexual acts. Instead, they were arrested by the police. Police said the 22 arrested people were charged with felony solicitation of a child to engage in sexual conduct, later released with a future court date. A fourth grader brought to the hospital after coming into contact with a stadium light pole at a football game Friday night. According to East Central Schools, located in Pine County, the child brought to the hospital in good spirits and recovering, according to district officials. The football game was canceled at halftime after it was determined that the pole was hot and unsafe. As of Sunday, the area was still cordoned off and the master power is still off. It'll remain off until the issue is addressed, according to school officials.
What do you mean it was hot? The kid got a shock when he touched it?
Correct.
Oh, okay.
Electric current. Yep. And from the Star Tribune, Falcon Heights officials are calling its program that charged drivers to park on some city streets during the state fair a success, even though net revenue came in way below their original projections. The city had projected to make $100,000 to $200,000 during the 12 days of the fair. Well, they earned a profit of just under $49,000, according to a city analysis. Citing additional wear and tear on streets and costs for extra staffing and cleanup during the fair, the city had instituted a $25 fee for guests to park on streets in neighborhoods close to the fairgrounds. Residents in the affected neighborhoods were given passes allowing them to continue to park for free as they do the remainder of the year. More than 3,650 fairgoers paid online through a website using an app or over the phone, according to the city report. That brought in about $89,000. After paying Park Mobile, the vendor hired to run the parking program and other expenses for 112 signs and ambassadors, they realized a profit of $49,000.
We made $17.
The goal behind the fee was to reduce traffic and demand for on-street parking in the neighborhoods in the northeast quadrant of the city. Why don't we take a quick break here and hear from Mr. Olson.
Speaking of the Roman Empire, ... there was, and I don't think I've said this in a long time, there was a really fun Bugs Be Gone thread that ran over the weekend on X. It's rare that a guy actually gets to say X and fun in the same sentence. But anyhow, Cicero, MN, posted a picture of his Bugs Be Gone in his vehicle, saying that it just earned a valuable spot in his ride. And then he got a bunch of comments like, what is it? Where'd you get it? How do you use it? I'm going to get me some. Not one negative comment. That's also very rare for social media. In the case of Cicero MN, he found it at O'Reilly's Auto Parts stores. That's good to know. We always want to know that. And Bugs Be Gone, it not only takes the hassle out of removing bugs, it actually makes it fun. Like it's some kind of magic potion. You're going to find yourself hoping that you have to clean your windscreen and hoping it gets covered in bugs just so you can, well, number one, spray it on. Number two, let it simmer a few minutes. And number three, wash it clean with ease. It's that easy. Bugs Be Gone. It really works. It's safe on all surfaces. Works on any kind of organic material. People, they use it on all sorts of stuff. Boats, wheelers, mowers, tractors, you name it. It's a true miracle product, which is, miracles. That's business as usual for Seafoam. A fun remedy for the hassle of cleaning up splattered bugs. It's called Bugs Be Gone.
I was 17, my old man was 55. If you do the math between the two of us, that's 72 years of life. An eternity, so it seemed to me. How could anything live that long? Now I say my folks were only 84 the year that they passed on. For a little while it seems you got time to choose your dreams. Pretty soon you look around and you see 100 years ain't what it used to be. Grandpa Roy when he was a boy in 1904. He was taught by men who fought in the actual Civil War. And only 8 decades passed, and my high school class put the tassels on the other side. Started on our way full of naivete on the great American ride. The months and years slide past, each more quickly than the last. Pretty soon you look around and you'll see 100 years ain't what it used to be. Oh, Johnny!
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, Johnny, hey! Oh, yeah!
He did the guitar face.
Ibuprofen's under buy again in my online shopping cart. Every week I learn of something else I should be doing for my heart. If I use the wrong pillow, I might have trouble getting out of bed. My hair grows in my ears and nose now more than on my head. As a kid, to me, ancient history was something like World War I. But I arrived close to that time and this year as I sing this song. And I'm starting to find I can wrap my mind around life is brief and dear. I can hardly believe my baby girl's turned 26 this year. Oh, little while it seems you got time to choose your dreams. Pretty soon you look around and you'll see everybody. 100 years ain't what it used to be. Before you know it, you're 63, making plans for Medicare A and B. You look around yourself and you see 100 years ain't what it used to be.
You cannot stop him. He'll just make a move. Joe Souchere.
I have to send an email, not send an email, but talk about an email I received from Michael. You know, not the big nut, the little nut. Yeah. And he wanted to say, Reeves, I just wanted to send a note of appreciation and gratitude for you and the entire Garage Logic crew for the steps that you took for our company and listeners in supporting the Annunciation community with our help on the last State Fair broadcast. And you know what? Every day brings new, unimaginable experiences of challenges as a dad. Yesterday at our suite, Harper, is it Myoskis? Is that how we pronounce her name?
Myoski.
Myoski. Joe, you're looking at me like
Harper Moisky.
Thank you, Harper Moisky. Her funeral, and you know what? The entire We Are Nuts family wants to send their appreciation to all of you GLers that helped out with the fundraising efforts with that effort at the last day of the state fair. And you're welcome. And that's the beauty of the relationship with Garage Logic and, of course, We Are Nuts. And I'll pass this along as well. Through the month of the end of September, you can get 25% off all of the We Are Nuts brands at Kowalski's Markets and Lunds and Barley's. And, of course, support that great family that does amazing work at We Are Nuts and wearenutsmn.com. Thank you, GLers, very much.
Thanks, Chris. In national and international news, DNA on a towel wrapped around that rifle found near where Charlie Kirk was assassinated matched that of the 22-year-old accused in the killing. That announced by FBI Director Kash Patel this morning. Investigators have also used DNA evidence to link the suspect, Tyler Robinson, with the screwdriver that was recovered from the rooftop where the fatal shot was fired. Authorities in Utah are preparing to file capital murder charges against Robinson as early as Tuesday in the killing of Kirk. Officials have said Robinson carried a hatred for Kirk and ascribed to what they called a leftist ideology that had grown in recent years. Robinson's family and friends said he spent large amounts of time scrolling, in their words, the dark corners of the internet. Patel told Fox News that Robinson had written in a note before the shooting he had an opportunity to take out Kirk and was going to do it. Investigators were able to recover the note's contents after it had been destroyed, according to Patel. Authorities said Robinson has not been cooperating with law enforcement. They say that he may have been radicalized online and that ammunition found in the gun used to kill Kirk included anti-fascist and meme culture language engravings. Court records show that one bullet casing had the message, "Hey, fascist, catch." A framework deal has been reached for the ownership of popular social video platform TikTok, U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent said after weekend trade talks between U.S. and China. Bessent said in a press conference after the latest round of trade talks between the world's top two economies finished up in Madrid that U.S. President Donald Trump and Chinese Premier Xi Jinping would speak on Friday to possibly finalize the deal. Xi Jinping. I think I got that wrong the first three times. Anyway, Bessent said the objective of the framework deal on the social media platform would be to switch to U.S. ownership. Bessent said that Trump and Xi would speak on Friday to finish up the deal. He said they're not going to talk about the commercial terms of the deal. It's between two private parties, but they have been agreed upon, according to Bessent.
What's the word I'm thinking of when you're opposed to foreigners, when you're just satisfied?
Xenophobic?
Yeah, maybe I'm xenophobic if I say this, but I don't understand the logic of allowing so many Chinese kids to attend American universities only to see them go back and then help plot our demise.
You saw that a lot with Germany, too.
So I'm not letting any Chinese kids go to the University of Garage Logic if you're from China. I'm not letting them in.
Chinese doctor was figured in very prominently in my youth.
Well, yeah, fine. If you're here and you want to be an American, I'm saying we're taking. If you don't like
America, then you can.
That's what I tell them.
Did you see? You know who's starting to show me something?
Nobody got what I just said.
I understand it.
There's these brilliant Chinese kids that come over here and they go to Columbia or whatever and they get trigonometry degrees.
Yeah.
Then they go back and figure out how to apply that to a bomb that can take out New York. I don't like it.
Sometimes when you say things, we turn our microphones off and kind of back away from them.
Let him go. He's rolling.
Back slowly away.
You know who showed me something yesterday, and this might be...
Hey, if you don't like America, then you can get it.
Fetterman. Did you guys see his interview?
I did not.
On CNN yesterday? Basically, he said this to his own party, to Democrats. Stop calling Trump an autocrat. Don't force a government shutdown. Accept Trump's help on crime. Stand with Israel against Islamism and Mamdani. He does not reflect our party. If he's the voice of reason. But again,
Kathy Hochul just endorsed Mamdani.
Yeah.
Okay. But I think that's why he said that.
Yeah, good
if
for
he's
him.
the voice of reason, shouldn't that tell us all something?
I'll say.
Well, did you also see Bill Maher's comments on not calling Trump Hitler?
Yeah, that's got to
it's
stop.
asinine to call Trump Hitler. It's asinine.
Right. He said that's stupid. It doesn't work.
The Taliban said over the weekend they had reached an agreement with U.S. envoys on an exchange of prisoners as part of an effort to normalize relations between the U.S. and Afghanistan. They gave no details of an actual detainee swap, and the White House did not comment on the meeting in Kabul or the results described in a Taliban statement. The Taliban released pictures from their talk showing their foreign minister, Amir Khan Muttaqi, with President Trump's special envoy for hostage response, Adam Bowler, as well as Zalmay Khalilzad, who served as the U.S. Special Envoy for Afghan peace during the first Trump administration.
Well, I know what I was going to tell you. I was at Lunds Byerly's and I saw the We Are Nuts end cap.
Yes.
And I reloaded up on the bourbon almonds.
And
they're gone.
Well, they don't last long.
You've been regular ever since.
Oh, they keep you regular. Yeah.
The number of electric vehicles sold in 2025 is up, especially in Europe. Row Motion, a company specializing in EV supply chain research and insight, said that 1.7 million electric vehicles were sold globally in August of 2025. That includes 1.16 battery electric vehicles and 0.57 million plug-in hybrid electric vehicles. The European EV market has grown by 31% year to date, with strong momentum in both battery-powered and hybrids. Here in the U.S., North American EV sales, U.S., Canada, and Mexico are up 6% year to date. Growth has increased due to an increase in EV sales in the U.S. in August as consumers bring forward purchases to take advantage of the tax credit before it ends on the 30th of September of this year. Bobby Hart, the songwriter behind many of the Monkees' biggest hits, has died. He was 86 years old. Alongside Tommy Boyce, Hart was one half of the songwriting duo Boyce and Hart. The pair penned tracks that would become synonymous with the Monkees, like Last Train to Clarksville, Stepping Stone, and their theme song for the TV show Hey Hey We're the Monkees. As a solo songwriter, Hart wrote hits like Hurt So Bad by Little Anthony and the Imperials, and Boyce and Hart had their own hit with I Wonder What She's Doing Tonight, which hit number 8 in early 1968. Hart had been in poor health since breaking his hip last year. He died in his home in Los Angeles.
Were the Monkees ever taken seriously as a group, or were they just more of a...
Not by me.
I think they're taken more seriously now than they ever have been, probably.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Didn't Hendrix warm them up for a spell?
He did, yeah. They were big fans of Hendrix, and they were the ones that got him on the bill. And Hendrix said sure, because he wanted to be, introduced to the U.S. crowd. But, of course, all the teeny boppers just wanted to see
I
the
could be
Monkees.
wrong, but I think that it was patterned after the Beatles.
Hey,
how many monkeys
you're not
were
as
there?
dumb as we think, apparently.
Were there 4
huh, Joe?
monkeys
Yeah.
with bad hair?
4 monkeys
with bad hair.
I think it was the Beatles.
Okay.
We had the
Influence.
cute
Yeah.
one, and
I
we
think
had the
it-
serious
yeah.
one.
I think
and
it
we had
was.
I don't like monkeys.
Monkeys,
doesn't
they
like
made some
monkeys.
great records. I don't care, what you say. Last Train to Clarksville is a great record. Pleasant Valley Sunday is a great record.
Their musical interludes on those shows were direct rip-offs of the Beatles movies.
Yeah.
I mean, it could have been the Beatles in those interludes.
And then when they would do that fast run thing, when
Yeah.
they were being chased or chasing
Speed up
someone.
the tape,
Yes,
yeah.
yes. Very clever.
Would they have been, honestly, would they have been taken more seriously if they had a different name? Let's say they were the Battle Axe.
No,
The
they
Bugs.
were a creation
The Bugs.
of. They were a creation of
Mickey
executives.
Dolenz was a child actor. He was in a TV show called Circus Boy.
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
Pat, did you like the Beatles or the Monkees?
Mike Nesmith
He's not here yet.
was a very good, serious songwriter, as he proved after the
Yeah,
Monkees
but
broke
Mike
up.
Nesmith's mom invented whiteout.
So,
So he didn't need 5 cents.
yeah, but what's that got to do with him being a great
Nothing,
songwriter?
I'm just telling you.
He had some great hits afterwards
Yeah,
with his
well,
own band.
kind of I'm telling you why.
Can I ask you a question? Why do you know what Mike?
It's amazing to me what
Everybody
one of those
knows
things.
that.
Oh, I did not.
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You're the only one, Chris.
We were just sitting here quietly letting Joe tell us that for the 9 millionth time.
She was an American secretary, commercial artist, and the inventor of correction fluid. She developed the liquid paper corp when she was secretary in North Dallas, simultaneously
Thanks,
raising
Matt.
her son, Michael
Thank you.
Nesmith.
What was your name?
Betty Nesmith Graham.
Betty.
She lost her in 1980.
From the Oops department, last week a cloud of smoke from 2 pounds of methamphetamine seized by the FBI and incinerated inside a Montana animal shelter sent workers to the hospital, according to officials in Billings. The smoke started to fill the building during a drug burn, apparently because of negative pressure that had sucked it back inside, and according to Billings Assistant City Administrator Kevin Ifland. A fan was supposed to be on hand in those situations to reverse the pressure so smoke would flow out of the building, but Ifland said it wasn't readily available. The incinerator is used primarily to burn carcasses of animals euthanized or collected by the city's Animal Control Division, but every couple of months, local law enforcement or FBI agents use it to burn seized narcotics. 14 workers from the nonprofit Yellowstone Valley Animal Shelter evacuated and went to the hospital. The shelter's 75 dogs and cats were relocated or put into foster homes. The shelter shares space with Billings Animal Control Division. When smoke started filling parts of the building, it was assumed it was from burning carcasses because she said they had never known about drug burns. The workers found out it was meth smoke through a call from a city official while they were at the hospital. Most of the staff had to spend several hours in an oxygen chamber for treatment. Symptoms have lingered for some workers. The incinerator is meant to operate at a certain temp so it doesn't emit toxins. Apparently, though, Ifland said officials were trying to figure out if it was at the wrong temperature during that burning.
John, thank you. Our friends at the American Experiment realize, as most GLers do, that the education system in Minnesota has failed miserably. Less than half of Minnesota students are meeting grade level benchmarks in reading and math. We've tried more money, that doesn't work. We've tried more bureaucracy, that doesn't work. These school systems are all top heavy in administration, that doesn't work. The Center of the American Experiment has come up with something called 7K for Kids campaign. That gives parents control of $7,000 per child per year, and then the parent chooses the best education for their kids. Could be public, private, charter, homeschool, whatever fits. But it's time to try something new and give the parents more control. And they have some great thinkers at the American Experiment. Learn more at 7kforkids.com or American. We check it out every day. AmericanExperiment.org.
Ooh, I'm mad.
This guy wears many hats, just not indoors. Joe Souchere.
You know what, Matthew?
Yes.
I know it's going to be 950 degrees out today. We're getting in touch of soup season.
Oh, 'tis the season.
You know what makes great soup?
Well, you got to have crystal clear water.
Hofferman water and Connecticut, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. You know what? Cooking becomes better when you have that crystal clear water from Hofferman Water and Connecticut. I'm not kidding. It makes everything better. Your cooking, your laundry,
your life,
everything, your ice.
Right. You will win the lottery if you go with Hofferman.
So, but you have to get on the schedule and have them come out for that free water analysis. And you can do that one of two ways. You can book your appointment online at HoffermanWater.com. And as long as you're on that website, you can look at any number of their water treatment systems, whether you're looking for a water softener, an iron rust and odor filtration system, or a brand new drinking water system. You can also give them a call directly at 612-895-2440. But get on the schedule because it's getting busy right now. HoffermanWater.com is the best way to go about it. And that's because Hofferman Water has been proudly serving the state of Minnesota for over 50 years. Please do me a favor and mention that you heard about them on the Garage Logic podcast, Joe.
Only because they come to us all the way from Doha, Qatar.
What?
Yes,
what?
The Lymans are on the move. They're at the Doha Hamad International Airport.
Are we in trouble?
They're making a move. but he never fails to provide us with this information.
If one of us traveled from
South Africa to Qatar.
would we have made a contribution?
Wait, I got to stop and send these idiots this
Hang on, yeah.
stuff.
That's the cool stuff we see.
That's when the building got blown up last week.
Oh, great.
There were Israeli.
That
Get
does
out of
not
there.
Stop the linemen.
Get out of there, Lyman.
Yikes.
It was on this day.
Joe, today is September 15th.
Well, it was on this day in 1801 that Alexander Henry II, aren't we fancy, arrived at the Pembina.
It's Pembina, North Dakota.
Pembina River to begin his trading business. It was on this day.
Joe, September is half over. The 15th.
Well, it was on this day in 1834 that St. Peter's Indian agent Lawrence Taliaferro suspended the license of fur trader Alex Bailey. From past this days in history, you should know why Alex Bailey had his fur trading license suspended. Well, he was an employee of the American Fur Company, but Bailey broke the trade rules. He sold liquor. Bailey's replacement, Henry H. Sibley, played a major role in Minnesota history. Perhaps you've heard of him. Yeah.
Used to be a high school.
On this day,
September 15th.
Oh, that's right. Was Sibley a bad guy? He owned a slave or something?
Yeah, he looked at a slave.
He looked at one? He had a picture of one, I think.
Yes. Yeah.
That's called Twisted River High School now or something? Or
Twisted River. No,
River
Three
Bend,
Rivers?
Three?
Two rivers?
I don't know.
Two rivers.
On this day,
Joe, today is September 15th.
in 1862, the state of Minnesota and the Ojibwe living near Crow Wing signed a peace treaty, negotiated to alleviate settler colonists' fears that the Ojibwe would join in the U.S.-Dakota War. In truth, the agreement was void because the state didn't have the power to make treaties. On this day,
September 1/5.
1869. Can you picture it? Think all the way back.
Civil War.
The
Okay.
St. Cloud State Teachers College, Minnesota's third such institution, opened in a remodeled hotel, the former Stearns House. Stearns is a county.
What are the S
Maybe
counties?
that was Scott, Sherburne, Sibley, St. Louis, Stearns, Steele, Stevens, and Swift.
Thank you.
On this day,
On September 15th.
sports disappointment history.
Who'd we lose to?
In the year 2002,
Twins.
Mike Tice called a radio show to discuss his kicker, Doug Breen, missing 2 extra points in overtime loss to the Bills.
Doug Bryan.
Bryan was fired and Gary Anderson was brought
We
back.
brought him back.
Oh.
Yeah. That's what happened on this day with the Vikings.
Missed 2
98.
extra points.
September 15th.
02.
Tough to miss an extra point, isn't it?
Let alone 2 of them in the
I
same
mean, they're
game.
making field goals now from 90 yards. How
Right.
can you miss an extra point?
What's going on?
Well, here we.
Yes, it is.
He sits in the other room and he talks as though we can hear him.
I like that he feels part of the show.
Thank you, GLers.
Even though you can't hear the closing theme for some reason,
Why?
I want to
Weird.
urge all of you people to subscribe to the Garage
Johnny just
Logic
play it.
YouTube channel. Because on the Garage Logic YouTube channel, you can watch the show each and every single day. Thank you, Johnny. And you can also see full segments, video shorts, there's behind the scenes footage. And you can also follow us along on all of our social media channels, which includes Facebook, Instagram, and X. And also subscribe to the Garage Logic. What do we call that? Just go to gl.com,
Yeah,
sign up for
subscriber.
the email every day. Go to Garage